Yes, ma'am. Well, anime originates in Japan, and it comes to this culture and other cultures. So I don't know if there's a reverse flow. I don't know if there is or not. A lot of people ask me sometimes. So that allows me to answer another question. A lot of people have written me emails asking me this question, and you may be one of them, or you may want to know the answer to this yourself. Dear Vic, I understand that you're like a big Christian and real involved in your faith and your church and stuff. Well, how can you play a kid like Ed who's like atheist and blah, blah, blah? Here's my answer. You ready? So you can tell all your friends who wanted the same thing. First and foremost, I'm an actor. Okay? My sweet girl Michelle here is an actress. If she only played roles that were exactly like her, guess how many roles she would get? Yeah, one. One. My life story, starring me. You guys, I play parts. Okay? This is the example I like to use. Even in a church, when you have a passion play at Easter, somebody's got to play Judas. Does that mean that the deacon of your church who played Judas is actually Judas? He believes what Judas believes. How dare you betray the Lord? Of course not. Right? Of course not. There are different types of characters in every show, and actors play roles. I don't agree with a lot of what Ed thinks or believes. I'm just playing the role for the sake of the story. Now, having said that, that's the first point. I'm an actor. The second point, I don't really think Ed's an atheist. Now, you may be going, oh, yes, he is. He said there are no gods and we're the closest thing there are to God. He's a punk little kid. Exactly. He's a little kid who's had his dad gone, his mom taken away. Everything he values has been destroyed. He almost killed his only sibling trying to bring his mom back. You want to talk about bitterness? You want to talk about anger? How many of you have known someone, or maybe you yourself have lost someone dear to you, or you know someone who has, and what do? Invariably, they shake their fists at God. How could you let this happen? It's completely normal. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. This isn't the panel you were looking for. Where was I? Oh yes, everybody goes through that when you're grieving and you're angry and you're bitter and you feel like you don't deserve the things that have happened. Invariably, you know you can't blame your neighbor. You didn't have anything to do with it, right? You know you can't blame whoever, they didn't have anything to do. So who do you blame? Who do you blame? God. He's an easy scapegoat. He's just up there somewhere and you shake your fist at him. He's probably not going to shake it back. Right? Okay, so that's what Ed does. Now, you may be thinking, yeah, well, what about that speech he gave Rose in that first episode about, humans can be built on the cheap. You better put down the scriptures and pick up an alchemy book because we're the closest things to God that there are. Ooh, I remember recording that, and I was like, ooh. Rubber soled shoes, I'm good. But then about 7 episodes later, when Ed is almost killed by Barry the Chopper, and in a moment of real honesty, he says to his brother, what?
We're not gods.
We're not gods. We're just tiny, insignificant humans who couldn't even save a little girl. When you catch him on an honest moment, he understands, he knows. And he may not know what it is, but he's just an angry little kid. So that's the second thing. But I don't really think he's as anti-God as people might think. And the third thing is, it's just a TV show. If you get your values from a cartoon, you have much bigger problems than me playing a character that doesn't agree with my particular faith. See what I'm saying? You guys, there are some very, very good things to base your beliefs on. And television shows are not one of them. Okay? So let me encourage you, please, use the good brains God gave you and make good choices in that area. Okay? I love you. So accept that because I say it in love. Okay. Yes?
Kind of build on that. My dad is both one of the pastors of my church and the principal of my school.
Wow.
So I am watched like a hawk. And
you sure are.
Yes. So when people find out that I like stuff like Naruto or SMA or Bleach, you're like, why? That's evil stuff. It's like, I tell them that it's just an anime. As long outside of con, I'm not running around trying to kill people with shuriken or casting spells on them, then it's just...
Well, you know, one of the things that I love to do, you guys, is I have tried very hard to get a lot of my friends from church to come to anime conventions. I want them to see it for themselves. I want them to come and experience what it really is. Not what they hear. Not what some closed-minded... Hey, babe. Not what some closed-minded, dogmatic, hypocritical person said it was, but to come and see for themselves. And you know what they always say? Every friend of mine from church that has ever come to a convention to watch it, you know what they walk away saying? And you're going to love this because it's about you. You know what they say? These are really great kids. They expected you to be dope-smoking, juvenile delinquents, mean, hurtful, devil-worshipping kids. And you know what? For the most part, you're not. Yeah, when you get 6,000 kids, obviously there's going to be an exception. But, the one thing they can... Love you too. The one thing, you guys, the one thing that they were impressed with was that you guys are not what they thought you would be. And I loved that. I loved it because it gives them some enlightenment. It gives them some knowledge they didn't have. They also get to see some of the shows and stuff, and they realize that, oh, this isn't all, garbage and junk and satanic. So I love doing that. I love getting a chance. I invited my pastor. My pastor, First Baptist here in Houston, right down the corner, 610 and I-10.